morning. Today is Monday, December 30th, and I was going to do it in the car, but I'm going to have Denise in the car, and it rattles too much lately, so I thought I'd do this really quick. I have some birthdays to sing, so let's get started with the birthday songs. Today is Joy Durgan's birthday, so Joy, you get a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Luann Penna's birthday. So Luann, you get a song too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luann. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And also, it's Faye. I think her last name is Young. She's Katrina Young's daughter. But Faye's birthday is today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Faye. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. So many birthdays. I have an appointment, so that's why I can't talk very long right now, with my endocrinologist. I had to think for a minute. For my gallbladder. So I'm going to go there today and see what he has to say. Hopefully it's just going to be medication. That's what I'm hoping. And no other plans other than to stay on track. Going to follow my menu. I got my menu right here. Let me show you. Got it handy. So today for breakfast, I'm going to, when I get back, because I'm not going to eat right now, I'm going to have a bowl of oatmeal with some 2% milk. I'm going to have a grapefruit and a cup of tea. That's going to be 5 points. For lunch, I'm going to make myself a nice little veggie platter because I find that when I eat a lot of vegetables, it does help me with my weight loss. And so I'm going to have that. I'm going to have some dip, and I'm going to have a cheese stick. That's going to be 6 points. I bought the wrong cheese sticks. I thought I grabbed the low skim mozzarella sticks, but I guess I grabbed the right one, and I already ripped them open and put them in my containers in the refrigerator. So I'll eat them. I'll just count the points. So that's 6 points. And for dinner, I'm going to bake a piece of chicken. And like I told you, I use Italian dressing for my seasoning. So it's 2 points for that. I count for that. I'm going to make myself a spinach salad. I'm going to put a little bit of feta cheese on it. And my dressing. Now, I have on here stovetop. But I don't know that I'm going to make the stovetop. I might make some mashed potatoes. One of the two. I'm going to tweak it a little bit. If I do make the stovetop, I'll see what Jim wants. If Jim would rather have, because Jim has agreed to lose some weight this year. So let's hope he stays with it. So they're both heavy in starches, I know, but I have to ease Jim into this. You know, I'm going to have to sneak vegetables in. I'm going to have to sneak some dishes in. So I'm going to bake his chicken. He likes the chicken legs, which I think the dark meat are less points. I don't know. I don't eat dark meat. So don't quote me on that, because I did make a mistake on my grocery haul when I said that potatoes were 0. No, they're 5 points for a potato, a good sized potato. And I don't know what made me say 0, unless I was thinking of the purple plan. But I'm not on the purple plan. I'm on the blue plan. That worked for me, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to stick with that. So that's where I plan on going. So my total points for the day is 19 points. Somewhere along the line, I'm going to have a snack of a green apple, because I have a green apple. And I might have an orange. I don't know. I have either an apple or an orange, and that's going to be my snacks. So that's my points for today, is 19 points. And then my quote for today was that you have there's 3 C's in life: choices, chances, or changes. And so I am going to make the choice that today I'm going to really stay with my program. I'm going to really stay on track, because most people start a diet. And let's face it, WW is a diet. Anything that you alter, anything you eat during the day is considered your diet. You know, like, what does your diet consist of? Ho-hos, cupcakes, cake, you know. That's not a good diet, but it's a diet. I mean, you know, it's not one you want to live by. Well, let me think. No, you don't want to live by that. So, that is the choice that you're going to make. The choice of how you're going to start the thing. And I know that tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Bertie's coming over. We're going to play cards. We play euchre. I've already volunteered to make a veggie tray, so I'm going to snack on veggies and probably drink some iced tea. I drink it unsweetened, so that won't be a problem. And she's going to bring some chips and dip for her and Jim and Ron. I'm going to stick with my veggie because, because I want to start the new year out right. And I'm starting today. Well, I actually started Saturday, but a lot of people. So even if you start today and decide to go out tomorrow night, don't feel guilty about it. That's the choice that you're going to make. And as long as you make the choice and you're aware of the choice that you're making and you're aware that you're going to choose to go a little overboard on New Year's Eve and maybe even New Year's Day, just know that your choice is that you're only going to do it for those two times, and then just get right back on track. That's what you're going to do. And the second thing is to take a chance. Take a chance on yourself this year. Think of yourself as first. I was watching Sue Slim's Down last night, and she said that this year she's going to be selfish. No, don't consider it being selfish, taking care of yourself. Don't think of it as being selfish, as putting yourself first. Take a chance on yourself. Do it this year, and don't call it selfish, call it self-nourishing. There's a difference between self-nourishing and selfish. Selfish is when you do something deliberately, in my opinion, selfish is when you do something deliberately for yourself and don't consider the consequences of anybody else. And I don't think that's true of anybody out there. I really don't. I think that we're all self-nourishing. So take a chance on yourself this year in 2020 and just know that this is going to be our year. It really is. I'm so confident. I haven't felt this much confidence and I couldn't tell you how long. I'm just really feeling confident. I really am. And there's going to be a lot of changes this year, and there's only going to be changes if you want change. You have to want change, and I do want change. I have to tell you, for the month of December, it started off, I really enjoyed eating all those foods. I really did enjoy it. I'm not going to lie, I did. But I didn't sleep well. I stopped exercising. I just feel achy all over. I just don't feel myself. And that sugar addiction, you can never quench that sugar addiction. No matter how hard you try, you can never quench it. Because I would have a cookie and it would feel really good. It would taste really good. And I would feel like, oh my gosh, I forgot how good Christmas cookies were. But then you'd have another Christmas cookie. And then soon, and if you had 2 cookies in the morning and then like 2 cookies later in the day and then maybe 2 cookies at night for snack, you wouldn't really think of it. I had a couple cookies. But think about it. You ate a half a dozen cookies. And I'm speaking to you, Sandy. I'm speaking to you because I have to put it in that perspective. And the more sugar I ate, the more I wanted sugar and the less it satisfied the craving. But I still wanted more of it. And I have to get out of that pattern. And so I am going to change that pattern. I am going to stop eating all this sugar because it was good for a while. It really was. We all have that one friend that we have a really good time with. But then when we look back, we thought, did I really have that good of a time? Did I really have that good of a time? And I'll admit, at the beginning, we had a really great time. We really did. We had a really good time. But towards the end, I was thinking, enough. You're a good friend. I like you. I love you. But we've had enough. We've had enough fun for now. Let's get back on track. Let's get back to business. Let's make the choice to make a change, to take a chance on ourselves. And that's my plan. That is my definite plan for this year. And I'm going to stick to it. So, okay, I got to get going. I got to get to the doctors. Hopefully good news, as far as prescriptions. And not that I want to take another pill, but I don't want to have surgery. So, okay, let's stop holding me up. I got things to do, places to go, people to see. Never too much for you guys, though. I've always got time for you guys. Well, look who's going with me. Kylie is. Look at her hat. She got that from Santa Claus. Yeah. She got a Minnie Mouse hat. Here comes Denise. Say hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
I am one of these people, which I've told you before, I do not like to drive far away.
And I'm getting in the car with her.
She's driving with me.
What a good sister.
I know, I was going to let her drive, but I thought, no, it's my car. And then I was going to give her money for gas, and I thought, no.
She can do this.
I can do this. I'm a big girl.
Ooh, dark colors. It's our signature.
Black. Our signature color. Exactly. Pretty in pink. All right, we got to get going.
Was that Pretty in Pink? No.
Yes. No, not Pretty in Pink.
No. It was with...
Yes, pink. It's my signature color.
Yes, but that's not the name of the movie.
Oh, no, it was Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias.
See,
But she didn't know, though. I had to come up
Well,
with the
no,
name.
I knew it wasn't the right movie though, and that's pretty good for me because I don't.
That
watch
is pretty good
movies.
for her. She's not a movie. I can quote movie lines, and unless she's seen the movie, she'll go, huh? What?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
But that's a favorite of mine. If
That
you've
is
got
my-
nothing nice to say, to sit next to me.
Yes. That was another
My
one.
favorite line from that.
Yeah,
Probably.
there's so many good movies. There's so many good lines in that movie.
Watch
Check it out. All right, we gotta go. Okay, that's about it for tonight. I did go to the endocrinologist. I know I never say that word right. And I really liked it. It was an adventure, let me tell you, because like I said, Denise had gone with me, and I had put into Waze how to get there because I was pretty sure of how I wanted to go, but I wasn't positive. So I put it in, and we started driving, and then it was not that you know, not that you care, but I knew that the office was on Van Dyke. But when I got to Shaner, which is the main street before Van Dyke, it was telling me to turn left. And I was telling Denise, I said, no, I know that it told me to turn right because I knew that it was between 24 and 25 Mile Road, and I know that I had to turn right. And she says, well, let me put it into my phone. So she did MapQuest. So I just turned mine off because I knew that's where it was. And so we put it in her MapQuest, and we had passed at this point Shaner, so like it was calibrating. And it kept telling us to go back to Shaner. And I said, no, I know it's not on Shaner. It's supposed to be on Van Dyke. So she put it in again, and we did it, and we followed the directions. Like turn left here and 300 feet, blah, blah, blah. And we turned and we turned and we turned, and we ended up in front of an apartment building. And I said, well, I don't know if I want to go into a doctor's office that they're having it in their apartment. So I said, well, maybe we put it back in again. And I should show you my notes because it was my fault. It really was, because the doctor goes to three different offices. And he's only in certain days at certain offices, and I had all these phone numbers, and I had to call my other doctor to get in the fax things, and it was just like and I had all this on this one piece of paper. So I thought, well, maybe it really is on Shaner. So we started heading back that way, and so then I call the office, I call one of the numbers, and they go, no, this isn't the right one, and you want to go to the one that's on Van Dyke. And I go, well, that's where I went, and they didn't, it was an apartment building, and so she gave me the address again, and a phone number. So then I turn around and I start heading back the way I'm supposed to be going, and we start going again, and then the office that I'm calling hangs up on me. And so, oh my gosh, what's going on? So then while I'm driving, Denise goes on Google and finds the doctor's office, and we call the doctor's office, and we have the right address. We have the exact address. We checked it twice, and we kept saying, what's happening is like when we get to 24 Mile Road is making us go down these little side streets to bring us in front of what do you call it, a apartment building. And so she says, no, stay on Van Dyke and go past 24 Mile. It's before 25 Mile Road, and it's by a car wash. When you see the car wash, then in the next street you're going to turn right where, the name of the facilities where we're at. And we finally found it. So then the offices weren't labeled very well, and so I go into this one office, and it was packed. There were so many people, and I thought, well, at least I got here in time. I left early because I wasn't sure where I was going to go. And then I go up to the counter, and I asked if this is where the particular doctor was, and they go, oh, no, he's in the other building next door. So then I finally got in there when I says, are you sure this is the right one? And they go, yeah, this is the right one. You're in the right place. Okay. So long story short, Denise wouldn't have been with me, I would have been so frustrated. I would have been so tense because I don't like to drive. I would have just turned around and came home. So I'm glad I did go. But anyway, my thyroid itself is fine. It's my parathyroid. It's one of the glands. I guess it's like a little butterfly here, and there's like 4 different glands. And so one of them is a little swollen. And so he looked at all my blood work that I did before I went in, and he said that he thinks that I have a vitamin D deficiency, which I didn't think I did. But, living in the north, that's quite possible because you don't get as much sun. So I have to take 2,000 units daily of vitamin D for 6 weeks. And then I have to go back to see him in 6 weeks. And then a week before, I have to collect my urine for 24 hours. and I have to get more blood work done, and then I'll go back to him, and then if things still look bad after I take the vitamin D supplements, then they're going to do a ultrasound of my neck, and if things come back with bad from the ultrasound, then he said that the worst case scenario is I'd need surgery. He says, but the best case scenario is that the vitamin D is going to take care of everything and it won't matter. But then the next thing is the medication. So I really liked the doctor. He was a little hard to understand. I don't know where he was from. He has a little bit of an accent. I'm not good at picking out accents. But I understood him somewhat. But at one point when he was examining my neck, he says, I have to squeeze your neck very hard, so, just so you're ready for that. And I says, oh, so what you're telling me is you're going to choke me. And he just kind of looked, and then he realized my humor. And he said, no, I'm not going to choke you. But it's going to be kind of firm because I have to feel it. So, anyway, I'm going to take my vitamin D for the next 6 weeks and do all the other stuff and see. But in the meantime, I did ask him what he, he looked at the weight. Oh, that was funny because when I went in, the nurse's aide or whoever they are that bring you into the room, she says, well, you have to get on the scale. We're going to weigh you. And I go, no, I don't want to get weighed. And so she says, oh, okay. And so she'll walk away. And then the other nurse, she says, she's got to get weighed. And I go, I don't mind getting weighed. I said, I was just giving you a hard time. So when he was looking at my chart, I said, what do you think is a healthy weight for me? At my age and how much weight I've lost. I showed him my Weight Watcher app to show him how much weight I lost, and he was very impressed. And he said, well, I think a safe weight for you would be about a 180. I love you. So I said, oh, because Weight Watcher said 160. And I said, so if you could just give me a note. And he said, unfortunately, I don't do those notes. I don't do those. You have to get those from your primary physician because it's based on your blood pressure and all of this blah, 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 blah. He says, but I would agree with you that I think 180 is a good weight for you. Because I told him I thought it was a good weight for me, too. So I said, well, could you put that in my notes so that when Dr. Pearson sees it, that you think that 180 is a fair? And he says, I can do that much. So I'm inching my way towards it. If I can get down to 160, I'd like to weigh 160, but I want to go for free. Did I mention that? So anyway, oh my gosh, I'm talking too long. Okay, I will see you guys in the morning. We only got one more day left of this year, or of even of this decade. Isn't that hard to believe? So, okay, see you in the morning.